My beloved child, open your heart and listen carefully, for the words I speak today are an alarm from eternity, sent to awaken the soul lingering at the threshold of a great movement. My child, do not deceive yourself any longer. Time is no longer abundant, nor are opportunities limitless for reflection, for preparation, for recalculation. Reality is unfolding before your very eyes, and it waits for no one. This is the defining moment, where even the smallest step forward can set into motion a transformation that echoes throughout the entire course of your life. If only you knew what awaits on the other side of doubt, you would not delay even one more second. In the scriptures, when Moses stood before the Red Sea and the Israelites cried out in fear, pursued by Pharaoh's army, the Lord did not instruct them to keep praying. He said, "Why do you cry out to me? Tell the Israelites to go forward." Exodus 5:15. There are moments when prayer is no longer the requirement, but action faith set in motionis. This is such a moment. My child, it is not the time to sit and deliberate further, but to step out with the boldness you once pleaded for me to grant you. What I have prepared for you awaits your response note, someone else's. Not your circumstances, but yours alone, demonstrated through faith in action. You have asked me to make a way, and I have done so, but still you wait, until the sun stands still, until every turn is lit with clarity, before you dare to move. How tragic that you do not see faith as stepping forward, even while the path remains unclear. Just as Abraham left his homeland without knowing where he was going, you too are called to walk before seeing the full picture. That is true trust. You have let many opportunities pass by because of fear, because you felt you were not good enough, not ready enough. But I ask you, when will you ever be ready? If you wait until there is no anxiety left before taking action, you will never begin. Faith does not eradicate fear completely. It chooses to walk even while fear lingers. Do not wait for human confirmation to enter what I have already affirmed from eternity. Do not demand another miracle when your very existence is already a living testimony that I have saved you, preserved you, and charted your path long ago. The doors I have prepared for you are not open indefinitely. They are not eternal gateways suspended in time, waiting for you to make up your mind. They are divine appointments, and if you do not respond, they will pass like the wind, carrying away what was meant to be yours. You cannot delay forever, for hesitation is a form of refusal and excuse cloaked in indecision. While you waver, the very things you've prayed for are slipping away, replaced by consequences that cannot be undone. My child, I am calling you not to walk by limited understanding, but by deep trust that I am faithful. You do not need to know every detail. You only need to know that I am leading. I do not demand perfection, but I do await surrender. If you dare to step into waters you've never crossed, you will see them part. If you raise your staff like Moses, you will witness my power. But you must play your part now. Know this, I see what your eyes cannot. There are traps behind your hesitation and enemies waiting for your weakness. If you obey now, I will grant you not only safety, but breakthrough, growth, and a heavenly reward no one can take from you. I have prepared it all the resources, the protection, the divine connections, and the supernatural guidance, but only when you step forward will the entire system activate. A ship is steered when it moves. not when it remains anchored in the harbor of fear. Do not let your heart grow dull from the noise around you. Be still and hear my voice, the voice that once kept you alive, lifted you up, and gave you promises in your darkest night. Believe that I have never changed. If I once called you, then I am still calling you. If I once rescued you, then I can rescue you again from whatever now stands in your way. Your response is not to prove yourself to the world, but to partner with the plan I have crafted uniquely for you. Be brave and step into it. This is not merely an opportunity, it is a divinely appointed moment. Seize it with fierce faith, with absolute obedience, and with a heart that knows every step taken in the light brings you closer to your true purpose. I am calling, and heaven and earth bear witness to your decision. Do not make heaven wait another moment. Step forward, for I am waiting for you just ahead. That which once discouraged you and seemed impossible is now being positioned for transformation. This is not just a fleeting positive thought, it is direct guidance from me. When your heart surrenders, when you choose to trust my unchanging guidance, when you stop living within the limits of human reason and begin walking by faith, that is when transformation begins. What once stood still will move. What seemed immovable will become the platform for your breakthrough. And every promise I made to you will no longer be a distant hope, but a living reality in your life. I know the inner battles you carry silently, the unanswered questions, the torn anxieties, the moments you doubted the divine whisper you once were so sure you heard. But look at this. My beloved, it is not by your strength that things will unfold, but by my power and faithfulness. Scripture declares, not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit. Zechariah 4-6. You do not need to prove your capability, only yield, so I can work through you. Every obedient step you take, no matter how small, stirs the spiritual atmosphere. When you follow my prompting, you are not merely doing something good, you are partnering with a sacred plan I laid out for you before you were even born. And that partnership will not only change your life, but also touch many others. For I have placed in you the seeds of influence and creativity that come from heaven. You may still worry that you're not enough, that the situation isn't right, that the timing isn't perfect. But the very moment you feel most unprepared may be the moment you most need to act. What you need is not a complete map, but the courage to follow the light right in front of you. As Abraham left his homeland not knowing his destination, you are called to a journey that will be illuminated step by step. And I promise you, that light will never fade as long as you keep walking in trust. My child, I see every tear you've cried. I understand every word left unspoken. I hear every silent prayer, even the dreams you haven't dared to voice. Nothing within you is invisible to me. And if these words are touching the depths of your spirit, it is not coincidence. It is confirmation. It is the loving voice of your Heavenly Father calling you out from the comfort of the familiar into a new territory where miracles and restoration await. Now is the time to reignite what I once placed in your heart. Not when more evidence comes, not when others approve, but know in this very moment, what I require from you is not perfection, but readiness. When you begin, grace will empower you. When you walk, covering will surround you. When you act, provision will arrive. For I am your provider, your companion, and your protector. What I have destined for you cannot be stolen, but you must step into your portion. My child, I have chosen you for a great purpose, No one else is placed in this position as precisely as you. No one can replace your role in the masterpiece I am painting. So do not give more ground in your heart to doubt. Do not trade your divine future for temporary comfort. Hold fast to the vision I've placed within you, for it is a promise unshakable. And if you act with simple faith, you will see my hand make a way where there was none. Remember, when you dare to begin, doors will open, impossible connections will form. Lost opportunities will be replaced with even greater ones, and you will find yourself walking in the current of a new life not born from human effort, but from faith rightly placed. Those who doubted you will be in awe of what I do through you, and you will no longer doubt that it was I who did it. For my signature will be on every step you take. If today is the day you choose to respond, then tomorrow will be the day you enter a whole new land. Do not look back in regret, look forward in faith, for I am before you, preparing the way. I am behind you, pushing you onward, and I am within you, breathing life and hope into every moment. Your destiny is no longer out of reach, it is waiting for your response. Through real action and absolute trust, choose the better portion, the one Mary chose as she sat at the Lord's feet and listened. Let my words become the source of life that guides you. And from that place, rise. Begin. Act 10, do not look back. For the rest of your life, when placed in my hands, will far surpass anything you have ever imagined. And I promise you, when you obey, I myself will be your greatest reward. My beloved child, open your heart to receive what I am about to reveal. For it does not arise from fleeting emotions, nor is it merely a string of sweet, empty words. It is truth, deeply saturated with my living power. Do you not know? One of the quickest ways to be lifted up is to intentionally lift others. When you become a flowing vessel of giving, you yourself are the first to be refreshed. When you sow hope into the heart of someone whose world is crumbling, it is my very hand that will pull you out of the pit where you once fell. No act of love from you is ever wasted in my kingdom. For everything done in faith is remembered and used by me to bring forth life. You have longed for a sign that you are still on the right path, that I am still near, that your heart has not been abandoned in this journey. And now I respond, not with loudness, but with a quiet confirmation, like the early morning breeze. As the prophet Elijah once learned, I do not always appear in the earthquake or the mighty wind, but in the still, small voice. 1 Kings 19:11-12. This moment is that whisper. Feel my presence, for it speaks that you are forgiven, restored, and invited into a new chapter own, no longer bound by the past or the mistakes you once carried. The quiet longings in your soul, the things you've never had the courage to voice aloud, I know them all. And in a love greater than any word can contain, I am bringing them to light, not to expose you, but to heal you, not to judge, but to embrace and restore. I do not see you through the lens of your failures, but through the gaze of a Father who has never given up. You are my precious creation, formed by my eternal will. Nothing in you is random, and not a single moment passes without my presence beside you. Today bears a different hue, for it is woven with threads of grace and new beginnings. Every breath you take is a testimony to this truth. I do not require great feats to display my power, only a willing heart ready to be changed. When you knock with faith, I not only hear, I open doors far beyond what your mind could imagine. The walls that once surrounded you will fall like Jerichos, not because you understood, but because you obeyed in simple faith. And when those new doors open, you will realize they were always there, waiting for you to believe. Now is the moment to step forward, not with hesitation, but with confidence led by faith. Every limitation that once held you is cracking. Every chain from the past is being loosed. I am clearing the path so you will no longer be hindered by shadows of memory or old perceptions. Nothing can imprison you any longer, for I have entered your situation to transform it, to break what destroys, and to rebuild from the root. You were made to live a led life, not one ruled by emotion or fear. You are no longer defined by sorrow, hurtful words, or past failures. I am renewing you day by day, repainting the canvas of your life with colors of life, peace, and glory. You are the one I call my own, the one I have guided through the wilderness to enter a land overflowing with the blessings I have promised. Now I call you to spread what you have received. These treasures are not to be kept for yourself, for there are souls thirsting for a promise, for a confirmation, or simply for a flicker of light in their darkest night. And you are the lamp I want to set high, to shine for them. Do not fear that you are not enough, for I will supply you with all you need. As you give, I will fill. As you share, I will multiply. This is the sacred law of my kingdom. Yes, you may look back and see the dark days you've walked through, but I say to you, the night is over, and the dawn is breaking. What was shattered, I will restore. What was lost, I will return in ways that will astonish you. Remember my word. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth, do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. That new thing is already awakening in your heart, a stirring, a prompting, an invitation to rise and step out. Do not mourn what is past, for I have used even your wounds to etch faith deep within you. The trials you saw as burdens were opportunities for me to lay down the firm foundation of your tomorrow. Now, release gently all that no longer serves your divine purpose. The mistakes, the pain, the unfinished, let me carry them. Let them go, so you may step lightly into the new season. My beloved child, this is the appointed time for your renewal, not just in mind, but in your whole way of living. Let the past rest and allow the future to be built on hope and the unchanging guidance of my hand. You are not alone, for I am with you in every tear, every step, and every moment you choose to trust. From this point forward, walk not as one defined by what once was, but as one led by what I am now doing. Hold fast to this word as a map drawn in love. Look ahead with eyes lit by life and a heart full of hope. The best is yet to come. My child, be ready, for a new journey is beginning, and I am waiting for you at the starting line. In this age of overwhelming noise, I invite you to lift your eyes and fix them on the one who does not shift. Steady your heart and anchor your mind in what is eternal. The truth is this: only when you look to me and trust can you stand firm amidst life's storms. Not by your own strength, but by the power of my constant presence, will you be kept safe through all upheaval. Come near not with fear or reluctance, but with gratitude and deep reverence, not because I wish to impose limits, but because I know you need protection born of divine wisdom. As the psalmist once wrote, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." Psalm 119 to 105. That light will guide you when everything else seems to fall apart. When you build on my word, you will not be shaken by public opinion, internal pressures, or external temptations. Before each choice, each decision, whether great or small, seek direction from me. Let your heart be sensitive to the gentle nudging of the Spirit. I do not lead you into mazes, but through the way of life, where true peace is not masked by the fog of doubt. What I give you is not confining rules, but a pathway to true freedom. It is obedience that will draw you out of the cycle of past mistakes and into the good I have long prepared for you. My voice is not as distant as you imagine. It's present in the faintest breath in, the moment you still yourself and open your heart. I am near to those who seek me with all they are. Let your life be not just a personal journey, but part of a greater spiritual body, a community, walking in light, learning, sharing, and growing together. In unity, you will be built up, supported, and strengthened to go farther than you could alone. Nourish your mind with truth. Do not let it remain mere information. Let it transform the way you think and act. I will give you clarity at the crossroads. I will shield you from deceptive influences. Every promise I have spoken is not just symbolic, they are living realities. Strong shields and wells of strength, no matter the opposition, no matter the attack. What I have ordained cannot be erased. Within you burns a light I have kindled, and it will never go out. On the contrary, it will shine brighter as you live according to the purpose I've given you. Keep moving forward even when what lies ahead is unknown. Don't wait for everything to become clear before acting, for your trust in me will reveal the path. My presence is not an idea, it is practical power. Moment by moment support and guidance in the dark. Every promise in Scripture is a foundation that cannot be shaken, and you can stand on it with unwavering faith. Be assured I will never leave you. When questions overwhelm, when your heart is confused, when you don't even know what to pray, come to me. My faithfulness does not depend on your mood today or your circumstances tomorrow. It does not change. While the world shifts, I remain true. When everything else crumbles, it is in my love that you will find refuge. You are precious to me, not for what you do, but for who you are. That alone is your eternal guarantee of my keeping. You are called to step out of fear. You were not born to be swayed by unstable emotions or pulled by the chaos around you. You were designed to live by heavenly wisdom, to reflect the unshakable nature of the one who created you. When storms rise, I will not leave you alone. When everything around you trembles, I will hold you steady. You may feel tired, but faith in me will renew your strength. My love will lift you up. My word will soothe your soul and reveal your next steps. Remember this, each passing day is not just to survive, but to draw closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. Let your spirit be nourished, not by the world's noise, but by the truth that has stood through generations. Just as Joshua was called to be strong and courageous, so too are you called to be strong in faith. Not because you never feel weak, but because your strength comes from me, the one who never grows weary. In that steadfastness, you will preserve the peace of your home, the purity of your mind, and the clarity of your journey. My child, remain in the sacred presence. Walk not by emotion, but by truth. Choose what is right, even when it is not easy. And above all, let every decision you make be illuminated by my unfailing love. When you live this way, the heavens will witness light radiating from you into places where darkness once reigned. You are not merely living, you are fulfilling a divine plan, intricately prepared for you before the foundation of time. And I, the faithful one, will walk with you through the entirety of that journey. Prepare your heart as fertile soil, for I am about to sow seeds of life, wisdom, and peace, seeds no storm can uproot. Where you dwell is not simply a physical space, it is a sanctuary I desire to inhabit, where my heavenly presence flows through your every breath and action. Your home shall be a refuge for weary souls, a place where broken hearts find healing through the unceasing river of my love. Within that seemingly ordinary room, I will accomplish something extraordinary. It will be a consecrated land, a sacred space in the midst of the world. Each morning, as you awaken, remember that you are not the sum of past failures, but the reflection of an eternal intention I have woven since the beginning. No mistake can define you when your life is placed in my hands. As Paul wrote to the Ephesians, "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." Ephesians 2:10. You are part of a plan conceived in love and completed in power. Walk with the awareness that your journey is orchestrated by the Creator himself. When the pressures of life leave your soul weary, do not hesitate to run to me. You were never meant to carry the burden alone. I am the one who bears every worry, every struggle, and every unspoken fear. In the silence, you will find that I am never far, even when you think I am silent. I am working when you have no words left to pray. My spirit intercedes for you with groanings too deep for words. Every moment, I am your refuge, cool water in the desert of doubt, peace in the whirlwind of confusion. Believe with certainty that my promises to you are not mere comforts, they are truth. Though seasons shift and hearts may change, my word remains steadfast. No shadow can dim the light I have placed within you. When the adversary sows lies and reminds you of your weaknesses, remember, I have given you new life, and no one can erase what I have declared. Do not let the accusations of the past blur the truth that you are chosen. My love is not confined by time or conditions. It is the love sealed by the blood of my sown and unfailing love. You will be led into a spacious place, a land rich in both the physical and the spiritual, not because of your merit or strength, but because I am merciful. Walk not with fear, but with courage born of faith in the completeness of my plan. With every step you take, I will guide your path. With every task you perform in integrity, I will strengthen your hands. Remember, you are never abandoned. When others turn away, I remain. When no one understands, I still hear the rhythm of your heart. I have placed in your hands abilities, resources, and wisdom to live a fruitful life. Do not undervalue what you possess. Each is a tool entrusted for a purpose. Use them not to build fame, but to reflect the greatness of the one who created you. Do not let your heart be lured by glittering bait. The promises of easy paths and wealth without sowing are illusions that lead to dead ends. Reject the counterfeit. Choose truth, even if it costs you. Know that true riches are not found in possessions, but in the serenity of your spirit and the joy of being the person I created you to be. Keep your heart pure. Do what is right even when no one sees. When the world applauds shortcuts to success, stand firm on the path of truth. Your success is not measured by praise, but by my abiding presence in all you do. That is what sets you apart. If ever you feel worn out, do not mistake that for failure. Delay is not denial. It is the season I use to shape you, to strengthen your roots, and to prepare you for a greater harvest. When every door seems shut, it is not an ending, but the threshold to things you have never imagined. I do not confine you to what you have known. I am leading you to where you have never dreamed, so that you may one day declare, "The Lord has done great things for me." Psalm 126:3. When that moment comes when I unveil the promised glory, you will look back and see that every trial, every tear, every slow step carried eternal worth. You will not only have endured, you will have grown, matured, and been refined like gold in the fire. Keep moving forward, even when you cannot see the whole path. Hold fast to my word in your heart like a lamp in the night. I will make a way where there seems to be none. Break through barriers that once blocked you, and turn impossibilities into realities. For I am faithful, and I never break my promises. My beloved, now is the time to believe, to walk boldly, to accept that you are not living for the temporary, but for the eternal. Your future rests in my hands, and in my hands, nothing is ever hopeless. Rise up, stand firm, and embrace what I am preparing for you. Glory is near. I am unveiling before you a new era of life, a season full of potential and divine movement. What lies ahead will far exceed the quiet hopes you once held. I will not only bring fullness to your life, but I will establish within you a stream of continual outpouring. You will not only receive, you will become a source of life, a place where others find strength and renewal. Open your heart to what I am giving, not with fear, but with readiness. Everything I place in your hands is meant to extend the reach of light within you to places still waiting for a glimpse of hope. This is a moment not to be missed. A call has echoed from eternity to awaken the deepest parts of your soul, the parts once dormant from pain or delay. Do not let the unclear stop you. You may not see the full picture, but I am inviting you to step forward in trust, knowing each step has already been prepared by me. As Scripture declares, the righteous shall live by faith, Romans 1:17. And it is faith that will lead you into what once seemed impossible. Nothing you do in faithfulness is in vain. Every small step, every quiet act of perseverance is a seed for a great harvest. Do not look around to compare your pace with others. Understand that you are on a unique journey, where every moment of waiting is being used to teach, shape, and strengthen the core of who you are. The promises I've spoken over your life, each one will not return void. They will fulfill their purpose in full. Moving forward is not aimless. Every time you choose to continue rather than retreat, you affirm that your faith is built not on emotion, but on the steadfastness of the one who never changes. When you allow your heart to be led by unconditional love, you will witness how I turn apparent failures into lessons, wounds into tools of restoration, and cracks into places where light breaks through. My child, you were not created for mediocrity. There is nothing about you that is accidental. Every ability, every experience, everything you have been through is a piece of the greater picture I am painting. Remember my words to Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, Jeremiah 17. That was not just recognition, but a confirmation that you were chosen for a purpose beyond your current understanding. On this journey, you will never walk alone. I am preparing companions, those who will see what I have planted in you and help water, nurture, and uplift it. You will encounter souls that reflect my presence, who come not to take, but to connect in true love. Through them, you will find further proof that I have never abandoned you. These divine relationships will bring holy inspiration, become anchors when you need support, and serve as living reminders that you are on the right path. Yet be watchful. Not everyone is sent to lift you. Some will try to draw you backward, clouding the vision I've placed in your heart. Learn to discern. Keep your heart ever under the light of truth, so that what guides you is not false promise, but my gentle, unwavering voice. Do not let the noise out there cause you to miss the clear sound from heaven. That which is not born of peace, nor nourished by truth, let it pass. Even now, I am igniting within you a new fury of fire that will not be extinguished by circumstance, nor fade in dry seasons. It is a holy fire, kindled by my spirito. Burn away chains, purify every motive, and illuminate every corner of your soul. Do not look back with regret. Let that light flood your present and light the way ahead. Everything I have promised will come to pass. What appears delayed is part of a deeper preparation. I am leading you to a place where you will not only receive, but give. You will become a refuge of hope, a haven for seeking souls. Through you, I will reveal mercy. Through your life, others will know me as the healer, the restorer, the one who raises beauty from ashes. Live with unshakable faith, not because everything is easy, but because you know I do not change. No matter what you see or hear, do not retreat. When trials arise, let my word be your weapon. When doubt whispers, remind your soul that truth is not born of emotion, but from the one who shapes all things. And when you're tempted to believe you are not enough, remember, I am your fullness. Beloved child, now is the time for you to pause and listen, not just with your ears, but with a heart longing for comfort and direction. What once seemed so distant, I am now turning into living proof of my intervention. Nothing is beyond the power of the one who begins and perfects all things in perfect order. If you have ever believed a door was forever closed, I tell you this: there are doors that are not shut, only waiting for the appointed time to open, not by your strength, but by mine. Do not close your heart to my voice. Do not treat the divine message as something remote, meant only to be heard and forgotten. You have walked through much, tasted loss, watched dreams wither mid-journey, but you were not created to return to places that once left your soul weary. Neither were you made to chase illusions, fleeting glory, or empty promises of the world. You are called to live rooted in what is eternal, in the foundation that comes from me, the one who never changes. When the winds rise and darkness closes in, what will keep you standing is not your own strength, but the living connection between you and me. Endurance is not born from mere resolve, but from surrendering your trust to me. When you know that I am your refuge, you will not be shaken. Be like the one who built their house upon the rock, unafraid of storms and rain, for the foundation is not on shifting sand, but upon the eternal one. Matthew 7:24-25. Seek me with undiminished passion. Do not pray as a duty, but thirst for deep communion, so that every word you speak is a breath from a spirit, alive and burning in love. As you come to me with a sincere heart, I will pour out the strength you need. Barren paths will bud once more. Faded places will be restored in glory. And in the pursuit of my being, you will not only find me, you will find yourself, clearly and truly, in the light of the one who made you. Let my word become the second heartbeat within you, harmonizing with every choice and direction you take. Do not merely memorize it, live it. These words will not fade with time, but will be a light to guide you. As you hold on to my promises, you allow truth to pierce every hidden shadow. It is this truth that will reshape your thinking, restore your courage, and rebuild what doubt once claimed. If something in you stirs as you read these words, know that it is no coincidence. It is my affirmation, a divine invitation, sealed with unconditional love. Do not keep it to yourself. Express love not just in feeling but in action. Every time you stand firm in confusion, every time you believe through the silence, you proclaim that my love never fails. When doubt rises like a tide to sweep you away, let truth become the wall that holds your inner shore. When fear creeps into your deepest places, close your eyes and whisper, I trust in the one who never leaves. For it is written, in quietness and trust shall be your strength. Isaiah 30-15. It is in the stillness of your heart before me that you will uncover unshakable courage. No power can sever the bond between you and me. No circumstance is great enough to stop the flow of my love. When you know to whom you belong, you will walk without trembling. Embrace the truth that you are chosen. For I have seen the worth buried deep within you, beyond the reach of the world. And I have called you to walk a path that no one else can take in your place. Right now, at this very moment, my presence is covering you like a holy cloak. There is nothing left to hide, nothing to prove. I see you, I know you, and I love you fully. Let that love reach the places once wounded, rejected, ignored. Let it bring warmth, avacadormant hope, and breathe life into what you thought was lost. If your heart feels heavy, know that I am lifting you. If you are wrestling with questions that have no answers, know that I am the one who sees beyond time. I will replace exhaustion with abundant life. I will turn every sigh into a song of praise, every tear into a sign of restoration. What once disheartened, you will become the very stones that lay the foundation for the new thing I am about to do. Receive this with sincere gratitude. This is not a reward for those who never fall, but a gift for those who choose to rise and trust again. Your future is not written by your failures, but by grace. You are not the sum of your mistakes, but the living proof that true forgiveness exists. The past is not your destiny. My love has broken every barrier, shattered every chain, and carved out a new path just for you. So lift your head, step out from the silence of shame into the light of hope. Believe that nothing I begin is ever left unfinished. Your journey is still being written, and the next chapter will overflow with wonder. Walk forward, not in fear, but with the confidence of one who is loved and destined to live fully. And I, the one who loves you, will walk with you. My child, now is the time for you to rise, led by the quiet but powerful guidance of the one who formed you with unconditional love. So many times you have felt broken, lost your way, and dimmed the light that once warmed your heart. Yet I have never left. Not for a single moment. Today, I call you back to the sacred meaning woven into your soul before time began. There are things in your past that stole your joy, your trust, even the vision once burning brightly within you. But I will not allow that to last forever. I come to restore, to return what was taken, and more, to give you a life beyond the limits of old regrets. You were not made to dwell in sorrow, but to walk in abundance, where every step has purpose, and every moment carries eternal weight. Dear child, do not return to what is faded. There is no gain in digging through old failures or letting your mind be bound by what no longer serves you. You must let go, not because all is well, but because I long to do something new. Scripture says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing, now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" Isaiah 43:19. I am not mending your life with patches over what's torn, but creating something never seen from the ashes of old dreams. You may think what lies ahead is unclear, but that's where courage is born. Not when all is visible, but when you choose to believe while things remain unseen. That is when faith truly lives. As you walk with simple trust, you will discover treasures hidden for those willing to journey through the darkness with hope. Come back to truth. I have never left you mid-journey. What I begin, I will complete. The burdens that have weighed you down, I am gently removing layer by layer so you may walk lighter, freer. Remember, deliverance doesn't roar. It comes in the stillness of surrender and trust. My beloved, you are not alone in this journey. I have prepared people who will arrive at the right timino to rescue you from yourself, but to walk with you, to uphold you exactly where you need it. They are not a coincidence, they are a divine arrangement. Sacred connections are being formed, and soon you will recognize my presence in those encounters. Do not let deceptive voices draw you into doubt. Many will offer easy paths, dressing up illusion as truth. But I have not called you to the easy way, I have called you to the right one. And on that path, you will grow. You will learn to love as I love, to forgive as I forgave you, and to hope even when everything around you seems to wither. If ever you feel weary, let your soul find rest in me. You do not need to strive to prove yourself, nor wear the mask of strength. Come to me like a child, simple, sincere, and open. Your weakness does not repel me. It is where I draw closest. For when you are weak, then I am strong in you. In this moment, I am reviving what you thought was lost. I am restoring vision, reigniting the flame once quenched by the rains of doubt. I am reminding you why you were created, not just to survive, but to shine, not only to endure, but to overcome, not merely to follow, but to lead. I have seen every corner of your heart, every hidden sorrow, every wound yet to heal. But no wound is too deep for me. No pain lies beyond my healing hand. And I am here not just to soothe, but to recreate, not merely to wipe away tears, but to give you a deeper, lasting joy. You are not the product of failure, nor the sum of your missteps. You are my spoken word, made a Leva masterpiece, painted with the full love of a father. And in this masterpiece, no stroke is wasted. Every experience has purpose, leading you closer to understanding my goodness. So, step forward with courage. Keep going, not because you know all things, but because you trust the one who called you is faithful. Live not by human standards, but by the sacred anointing placed on your life from the beginning. And I, the one who made you, will forever be with you. You are never forgotten. You are chosen, kept, and loved with a love that cannot be measured. My child, there is a precious moment unfolding right now, a moment appointed from eternity, where I reveal a hidden part of my heart to you. The one who has chosen to walk in the light amidst days of shadow. You are not an outsider to the divine calling, nor a passerby drifting through grace like a stranger, but one who belongs on, who understands the heart of the one who formed you. And it is because of this faithful heart that I am filling you with things beyond imagination. When I seek hearts of gratitude, only a small remnant truly return to give thanks with sincere devotion. But you have not followed the crowd. You did not run to me, only in need, but remained in seasons with no answers, in moments cloaked in silence. You chose to believe when doubt would have been easier. That perseverance has not gone unnoticed. Every day you held on to faith. I saw it. Every whispered prayer no one heard. I listened. And now, it is my turn to speak. Prepare yourself, for my presence will manifest in your life more clearly than ever before. Not a single tear you've shed has been wasted. Not a single prayer has vanished into the void. I have gathered every flicker of fragile hope and am weaving wonders from the very threads of your trust. What you once thought was lost, I am restoring not merely to its former state, but beyond it, like a barren tree in winter. You thought life had withered, but I am reviving the roots of hope. And in spring, you will blossom again with beauty born from steadfast loyalty. In the journey of life, there are stretches where you must walk in darkness, not because I am absent, but because I want you to learn to walk by faith, not by sight. It is in that dim space where your faith is refined. And now, as the first light begins to break over the horizon, you will look back and realize that the darkness was not an end, but a preparation for a greater radiance. I am opening doors where you thought no path existed. What once seemed out of reach will become undeniable evidence that nothing is impossible for the one who holds all things. Realms you've never touched will become stages where my name is revealed through your life. The abundance I pour into you will not be confined to your own hands, but will overflow into blessings for many. You will not need to strive to create something grand. I am the one doing great things through you. Remember the times you wanted to give up when no one seemed to understand. When the weight in your heart felt unseen. I was there, not loud, not forceful, but present like breath, like a gentle light, lifting your soul. I did not abandon you in your weakness. On the contrary, I drew closer, embracing you in unconditional love. That quiet presence is where I poured into you a peace that endures. Not a peace dépendant circonstances, but an unshakable calm. As my son, Jesus, declared, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you." John 14:27. This is the peace that surpasses understanding, a place where the soul finds steady rhythm amidst life's turbulence. Today, my child, I give you renewed strength, not a surface-level strength, but an inner force that will anchor you in the face of opposing winds. You will find yourself rising not because circumstances have shifted, but because new life is flowing in the bloodstream of your faith. What once dragged you down will no longer hold you back. Old limitations will no longer bind you. Your steps will feel lighter, your confidence steadier, for I am aligning your inner posture to stand upright, see farther, and move forward with certainty. No one can replace the role you carry. What I have placed in you has no replica. Every detail of your life has been carefully selected to form a masterpiece reflecting my glory through your daily journey. The relationships you encounter, the seasons you walk through, none of it is random. Everything follows a sacred rhythm. And I am the conductor leading this symphony with a masterful hand. Keep your heart tender to my voice. Do not be quick to chase the chaotic noise around you. There will be voices that try to pull you from stillness, but only in the quiet can you hear my deepest guidance. Let each day begin, not with anxiety, but with surrender. Let every decision be saturated with wisdom from above. Know this: you are chosen to walk with clarity. This journey is not a race, but a companionship. I do not demand you move faster, do more, or prove anything. I only ask that you walk steadily, trustfully, and remain willing for me to do the extraordinary through your simplicity and faithfulness. And when you look back, you will not say that it was by your own strength. You will see my fingerprints on every door that opened, every word spoken, every step taken. You will know with certainty, not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord, Zechariah 4-6. So continue forward, not because you know everything, but because you know the one holding your hand is faithful. In every day to come, I will still be there, and my love, like the sun that never sets, will keep illuminating your path until every promise I've spoken is fully realized. There are seasons in the spiritual journey when the urgency is palpable and demands immediate action, for the appointed time draws near. But there are also seasons where silence itself is the invitation, where patience becomes a powerful act of obedience. Swift movement is not always the right step. Sometimes delay is my protection, and slowness is how you sync with heaven's rhythm. An unsettled mind cannot hear the holy whisper, but a quiet heart can reach into mysteries beyond human understanding. When everything around you feels chaotic and the path ahead is shrouded in thick fog, remember, not all light comes from ahead. Sometimes that light burns from within, from a deep well lit by the one who made you. Do not fear when you cannot see each step clearly. Just know there is one who holds your hand and leads you still. Whether through valleys of shadow or over towering peaks, I have called you by name, you are mine. Isaiah 43:1. That is no empty comfort, but a divine affirmation of your identity in a timeless plan. When the world tries to define you by failure, by criticism, or by limits others impose, remember, your name is engraved on the heart of the Eternal One. No human word or deed can erase that truth. You have been trained in silence, refined through hidden pain no one saw, and equipped in places the world ignored. What seemed like retreat was in fact heaven's strategic pullback to launch you forward at the appointed time. Those who mocked your dreams will soon be awed by the fulfillment you now live. They will not be able to explain what kept you standing through the storm, because they have not known the source of your strength. There are those who view you with doubt. They think you're a dreamer. They measure you by ordinary standards, unaware that you were shaped by an extraordinary design. You do not need to argue with those who cannot see the vision heaven has revealed to you. Light does not justify itself before darkness. It simply continues to shine. As you walk forward, souls will encounter the holy presence within you. They may not understand why peace surrounds them in your presence, or why your words spark transformation. But it is not of you, it is the one working through you. A new current of life flows through you now, a source where hope never dies, where love is without condition, where healing transcends time. Do not underestimate your role in the greater picture. Sometimes, a single gentle word from you can break someone's chains. A hug, a sincere look, a small act each can be the catalyst for a miracle waiting to unfold. You are a living embodiment of eternal intervention. And every moment you choose to walk in holy guidance is a declaration that light still burns in this darkened world. Let go of old labels, the limits others placed on you. You are no longer bound by past failures. No one has the right to hold you inside a frame built from what once was. For the one who made you does not live in the past. He dwells in the present and is inviting you into the future he has already prepared. My child, every wound that hurt you, every word that made you doubt your worth, they are now being replaced with heaven's affirmation. You do not need to strive to prove anything. Your very presence is the evidence. Those who once dismissed you will bear witness to a reality they cannot deny, that you were chosen, equipped, and sent by the one who created the universe. Keep peace in your heart when criticism comes. Stand firm when you are misunderstood, for it is through those very wounds that light enters. It is in humility through trials that your strength is forged. Every scar carries a story, and your story will become a testimony to those needing a ray of hope to keep going. My beloved child, the time that is coming does not demand your perfection, it asks for your faithfulness. It calls you to continue asking the right question. Lord, what would you have me do today to obey you? And when you do, you will never lose your way, for he is the one who illuminates your path. Whether it winds through the wilderness or the bustling city, know this, you are not alone. There will be moments when you feel isolated, but in truth, I am surrounding you with angelic hosts, with encouragement from the saints, and with my own quiet yet powerful presence. There will be times when you must walk alone, but only so that you may learn to hear the voice that rises from deep within your spirit. I have breathed life into you, not merely so you could survive, but so you might become a living symbol of resurrection. You are proof that what seemed dead can rise again. You are evidence that what was forgotten can be honored. And for this reason, no force can stand in your way as long as you continue to walk in truth. My beloved one, there is a power that reigns within you, not of this world, nor born from personal effort, but from me, the one who called you by name before anything was formed. Even though you have yet to fully grasp it, I have placed within your soul a spark from eternity of vitality that will not fade, a force untouched by time or trial. You were not created to be swept away by the winds of opinion or to be carried off by the currents of change. You were formed to reflect my light, to walk unwavering in a trembling world. Though everything around you may fall apart, you will stand firm because I am your unshakable foundation. When your heart trembles, know that it is my hand lifting you up, like a father carrying his child across rushing waters. Do not let delay breed doubt. Do not let closed doors convince you that I have forgotten you. Every delay serves a purpose. Every slow step is part of a grander plan, beyond your understanding. When Joseph sat in prison, he did not know a throne awaited him. When Moses was cast into the wilderness, he could not have imagined leading a nation to freedom. So too, You are in a season of preparation, not for abandonment, but for elevation in my perfect time. I do not ask you to be strong by human standards. I simply call you to remain in my presence. When you collapse, I do not turn away. When your spirit faints, I do not retreat. On the contrary, I draw nearer than ever, whispering to your heart, do not fear, for I am here. And let my peace reign within you like a stream that never runs dry. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the still, small voice within your spirit. You do not need to shout to make yourself known. You do not need to fight to prove your worth. I marked your forehead before your first cry was heard, and no power can strip away what I have sealed upon your life. Child, remember this. What I have prepared for you exceeds what you have asked or imagined. I do not see you merely through your current ability. I see into your essence, where I have planted a seed of eternal life. That seed will grow not by your strength, but by my spirit working within you. Cast aside every doubt. Do not let the criticisms of the world touch the sacred seed I have placed within you. Do not allow the painful memories of the past to shape your future. That future belongs to me, and I do not write it in erasable ink, but with the unchanging faithfulness of the living one. Your weakness does not cause me to withdraw. On the contrary, it is in your weakness that my power is made perfect. As Paul once heard me say, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12-9. I do not require you to be enough. I only ask that you be willing, so that I may be enough for you. Remember, there will be those who do not understand your journey. They will look at your outward appearance and miss the quiet battles within. But I see each of them. I see the moments when you choose what is right in silence, the sacrifices unnoticed by anyone else. I record each of them. Nothing is lost. No moment is wasted. You are not forgotten in heaven. Keep walking, O child of light, for you no longer fight alone. I go before you to clear the path, behind you to guard, and beside you to uphold. What once seemed beyond your reach, I will now bring forth in unexpected ways. What was once lost, if it aligns with my will, I will restore in perfect timing. You are my marvelous workmanship, neither by accident nor coincidence. And your calling is not to live small in fear, but to rise up, even trembling, yet faithful. Take each step as a declaration. I trust the unseen hand guiding me, and I will fulfill my promise to the very end. My child, I have placed within your soul a mark that does not belong to this world, and though you may not yet fully understand its weight, those around you are beginning to sense it. They feel something in you that causes them to pause, to reflect, and to compare it to the emptiness within their own hearts. This is not because you strive to impress, but because I am alive in you, and my presence cannot be hidden beneath any disguise. You may have longed for those you love to understand you, to walk with you, to feel what you are experiencing. But, my child, not everyone is ready to receive truth, even when it stands before them. I have come to them many times through signs, through gentle invitations, through the compassionate eyes of those I have sent, but they turned away. They believed they knew enough, understood enough, and had no need of me. Yet only I can give true life. Remember, even as Jesus preached among crowds, there were those who turned away, who scoffed, who plotted against him. But it did not stop him, and neither should you let rejection discourage you. I want you to understand this clearly. You are not responsible for their choices. I am the one who gave humanity free will, and I alone will judge justly. Your role is to walk faithfully, keep your heart steady, and continue forward. I will bring alongside you kindred souls, those not only who understand you with their minds, but who hear the same sacred call from me. They will not hinder you, but will lift you when you grow weary, pray when you fall silent, and stand with you in times of testing. Do not look back. My child, what is behind? Leave for me to handle. I can complete what you cannot. I can restore what seemed shattered and breathe worth into what was once despised. But you must not let your mind remain tethered there. Every backward glance slows your forward progress. Just as Lot's wife looked back and turned to salt, your soul will grow rigid if you keep mourning what I've already asked you to release. Believe that what lies ahead is far better. Now, my child, you stand on the threshold of a new season that I have prepared in detail. The things you only dared to whisper in prayer, the dreams you thought too distant, I am weaving them together through your quiet acts of obedience. Do not despise the slow steps, for it is in the steady walk that I shape you for greater things. Open your heart to receive what I long to give, and do not fear if it looks unfamiliar. I never call you to a place I have not already gone before. I will open doors that no one can shut. I will place you in positions no one else can occupy, for they were created uniquely for you. Each day, my grace will be sufficient. When you feel weak, I will be your strength. When no way seems clear, I will be the way. As I spoke through the prophet Isaiah, behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Isaiah 43:19. Do not fear change, for in it you will be transformed. Old wounds no longer hold you. Bitter words no longer chain your mind. Burdens once heavy have been laid at the foot of the cross. You need not pick them back up. Now, rise as one who knows to whom they belong and knows why they've been called. Walk as one who has been sanctified, sent, and covered by power from on high. You are not forgotten. Even when the silence around you makes you think I am distant, I have never left your side. Every hidden tear, every unspoken ache, I know them all. I do not measure you by achievements, but by faithfulness in the ordinary days, and it is in that quiet consistency that I will do the extraordinary. This is the season when the seeds of faith you've sown in tears will begin to blossom in joy. I am bringing to light what has long been hidden, making the small things become great, and turning what seemed overlooked into something glorious. Keep your heart rooted in gratitude, for thankfulness is the key that unlocks the miraculous. Don't wait for everything to be perfect to give thanks. Lift up your praise, even in the waiting, and you will see my presence overflow within you. My beloved, I have begun a good work in you, and I will never leave it unfinished. When your heart grows weary, I will carry you. When you are exhausted, I will strengthen you. When words fail you in prayer, even your breath will rise as a plea to heaven. Trust in my love, for it is the one thing that never changes, never falters, and never runs dry. Hold this word deep within you, like a seed planted in good soil. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Proverbs 3:5. Child, tell me truthfully, have you ever longed to be loved so deeply that your heart could hardly bear it? Have you ever wished for an embrace that could soothe every broken piece of your soul? I see how you've tried to be strong, how you've held on to faith through every silent battle. But I also see the nights you've lain awake, yearning for just one affirmation that you were chosen to be loved, not forgotten. I do not rebuke you for those longings. I place them in your heart myself. You were created from love, by love, and for love not the fleeting affection of this world, but an unchanging love, a love that conquered death, a love that never fails. That is the love I have for you, a sacred current that never ceases to flow. The more you hunger, the more I am willing to fill you. Every breath you take is proof that my love is still sustaining you. You don't have to be worthy to be received. I do not love you because you are flawless. I love you because you are mine. This love does not wait for you to fix yourself before being given it. It is the very power that will heal and transform you. Remember, when the sinful woman came to Jesus, she brought no offering, no past, only her broken heart. That alone moved him to kneel beside her, protect her, and restore her. Your faith has saved you. Go in peace. Luke 7:50. You see, that is how I act. You don't have to carry this burden one step further. You've borne it long enough. Now is the time to lay it down, to place every worry, every fear, every uncertainty into my hands. These hands not only support you, but will carry you through every storm. I do not ask you to solve it all. I only ask you to trust me enough to surrender it all. Do you know why I emphasize this? Because control is not a sign of faith, it is a symptom of hidden fear. If you truly believe I am all-knowing and all-powerful, then you will release your grip and allow me to move in my timing, in my way, in the perfect place. My child, I am moving, even when you see nothing shifting. Like the farmer who sows seed and waits for the rains, your faith too requires patience. Beneath the soil, tiny roots are stretching. In the unseen realm, miracles are being formed. You cannot force time to bring forth wonders, but you can prepare your heart to receive them. This is why I call you daily to offer yourself anew to me. I know there are days when you feel like nothing. You look around and see others advancing, having more, receiving more attention. But I do not measure your worth by applause or achievements. I look at your motives, your steadfastness, and the whispered prayers you lift up in the night. These things are worth more than pure gold. In the darkness, my light shines the clearest. Do not judge yourself through human eyes. See yourself through the gaze I have for you. I am preparing something greater for you than you have ever imagined, not to surprise you, but to prove that I never forgot my promise. When everything seems quiet, that is when I work most deeply. I am laying each stone, shaping each path, opening doors no one can shut. There is nothing you need to strive for what I have for you is firm and unshakable. When the moment comes, you need only walk through. Do not fear walking through the unknown. Do not hesitate to say yes, even when you cannot see the full picture. I am the light on your path, the whisper in your darkness, the strength in each trembling step. Though the storm may rage around you, in me, you will find peace beyond all understanding. Picture a place where no wave can reach your soul. That place is my love. Within you is a fire the world cannot extinguish. I have breathed my life into you, and nothing you go through can snuff out that flame. On the contrary, it is in your weakness that I burn away the old and raise you into something new, stronger, wiser, filled with divine vitality. You will no longer be led by fear or haunted by painful memories. You will rise, because I live within you. Take heart, for you are not alone. Every morning you wake, I am already there. Every night you collapse in weariness, I still watch over you. Every time you lift your eyes and ask, why? I do not condemn, I simply wait for you to give me your heart once more. In that silence, I write stories only you can carry. And soon, others will witness the fruit of your faithfulness in hiddenness. That glory does not come from the world, but from heaven itself. My beloved one, let your heart open to the presence surrounding you now. You are not hearing these words by chance, but by divine appointment. I want you to know you are not forgotten, not alone in your darkest days. I am drawing near with a gentleness no words can fully express. In every breath you take, I am pouring in new life, rekindling dreams once dimmed by disappointment and long waiting. There are times you think I am silent, but truly, I am preparing the way ahead. I am building what your eyes have not yet seen and your heart has not yet imagined. Do not be swayed by external delays. Everything I do has a set time. As it is written, the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. Romans 8:18. Wait steadfastly, for your hope shall give birth to wonders. Release the things you cannot control, for some matters can only be resolved in my hands. You do not need to strain yourself trying to be good enough or strong enough. True strength comes not from effort, but from surrender. When you do that, I will give you what no one else can, a peace so firm it reaches the very core of your soul, a place where all noise falls silent, where every doubt loses its voice, where your heart is restored in true rest. Child, I have watched you through every trial. I saw you weep in silence, heard your prayers when you weren't sure anyone was listening. Every whispered plea reached heaven, and I have kept every tear like a treasure. Do not think your faithfulness is in vain. I am preparing an outcome far beyond anything you dared to hope. And when it comes, you will understand every moment of waiting was worth it. You were not made to live in fear. You were made to rise, to reflect the light of the one who called you out of darkness. That light not only illuminates your path, but also guides the lost back home. Remember the story of Job, who lost everything but never lost faith, and in the end, he was restored twofold. I too am preparing a great reversal for you, where what was lost will be returned beyond your comprehension. Do not let the harsh words of others define your worth. They do not know what you've endured. They do not see that I chose you while you were still in the womb, that I marked your life with eternal purpose. When they mock you, they mock my plan, but soon they will see me lift you up in the very place you were once cast down. They will be astonished, for my grace will make you stand where you should have fallen. Hold fast to what I have spoken. Like an anchor in the storm, let faith be your compass. Even when your vision is clouded, I will never abandon you halfway. When you feel adrift, that is when I am lifting you with my mighty arm. When you feel weak, that is when my strength is most clearly revealed. Nothing is beyond my power. No wall too high. No chain too strong. Even now, I am changing the atmosphere around you. New life is being breathed into what once seemed dead. Closed doors will open. Broken relationships will be mended in miraculous ways. I will send people with kind hearts to help you rebuild what was once lost. You do not have to do it all alone, for I am the one who provides, who leads, and who renews you daily. As you walk the path I show you, you will marvel at the completeness of every detail. You will look back and see that every pain was used to birth something good. You will realize that no season in your journey was wasted. Even the roughest roads refined you for a greater calling. My beloved child, a new beginning is near, an era of hope, healing, and restoration is unfolding before you. Embrace it not with fear, but with holy anticipation. For with me, nothing is impossible. And what I am about to do within you will not only astonish you, but even those who once doubted you will proclaim, truly, God is with this one. My eyes have followed you since before you were formed. Every step you take, every beat of your heart, etched like gentle melodies upon my hand. There is nothing about you. I do not intimately know your silent fears, your unhealed wounds, your unspoken longings. I watched as you struggled through days devoid of light, torn between doubt and hope. And today, I come to remind you, you are not forgotten. Do you know why I remain here? Still speaking into the depths of your heart, even when you fall silent, retreat, and question, because I am the faithful one. Though you change, I do not. Though your heart wanders, mine remains steadfast. I do not look upon you with judgment, but with the eyes of a father who loves you sacrificially. It is that very love that refuses to let go of you, even when you let go of yourself. Remember the words of Jesus in Luke 15, about the father who ran to embrace his returning prodigal son. What do you think made that father run into the road? It wasn't the son's remorse, it was a love that had never flickered out. In the same way, I do not wait until you are good enough to love you. I love you in the very midst of your weakness and brokenness. I come not to condemn, but to restore. The world will remind you of your flaws. People may label you by your past, but I call you by what I see in you, the one who bears my image, destined to carry light into darkness. I do not view you through the lens of failure, but through the divine purpose I ordained before the foundation of the world. You have sought worth through the eyes of others, but those were distorted mirrors. Today, I invite you to look into my face, where you will see your true essence, reflected, created with dignity, brimming with potential, destined with purpose. Every time you lift your eyes to seek me, I respond with kindness. Every prayer you whisper, no matter how faint, reaches my throne. My child, do not bear burdens I never placed on your shoulders. You were not created to drift like a boat without harbor, tossed about by fear and anxiety. I have prepared a refuge for you, a place of rest, where your soul is renewed, where you no longer need to prove yourself, for your presence in my love is already enough. You are about to enter a new season, a journey I will pave. Doors once shut will be knocked upon again by my hand. Dreams long buried in dust will be awakened. Parts of you thought long dead will be called forth from the grave, as I once called Lazarus to life. For I am the one who makes the impossible possible. Nothing is too late for me. No dream is forgotten in my sight. You need only respond with faith, even faith, as small as a mustard seed, and I will shake mountains. You do not need all the answers. Just take my hand. Let me lead you, step by step, and you will see where I am. There is no lack. The peace I give is not like the world's fleeting comfort. It is a deep, living stream that nourishes your soul and anchors you in a world that constantly shifts. I do not promise a smooth road, but I promise you this: never will you walk a single step alone. I will be there in every storm. I will lift you when you are weary, and I will wipe your tears with my very hand. When you can no longer walk, I will carry you in my mighty arms. Trust that the future you are stepping into is not uncertain. It is the fulfillment of what I have long etched upon your heart. Let that faith be your daily light, your undying hope, your strength to keep going when all else fails. My beloved child, let your heart be still and listen to what I am about to say. You do not need to comprehend all that is happening around you, nor are you required to find every answer. I am the one who has seen all things beforehand, the one who governs time and space, and in my hands, your destiny is being woven with mystery and wisdom. What now seems tangled will become clear in my appointed time. Take heart, for my plans never fail. Some things in life cannot be measured by logic or strength, but only understood through faith. You do not need to strive to find every way forward, for I am the way. You do not need to hold all the answers, for I am the truth. And you do not need to cling to fleeting things for comfort, for I am the life. As I declared in John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Let those words become the ground upon which you stand firm, unshaken by the noise of the world. My child, the world may dazzle you with empty lights, but I say this: what is most precious is not in what you accumulate, but in how you live, true to what I've placed in your heart. The purpose of your life is not measured by what you produce, but by your courage to live out the mission entrusted to you. Each time you love unconditionally, forgive while still hurting, or stand for truth even alone, then you walk in my light. You were not made to dwell in constant worry. I did not create you to carry the weight of the world. Rather, I called you to live freely, free in your mind, light in your soul, and full in gratitude. Do not let harsh words or old memories shape you. You are not the result of mistakes. You are the proof of grace. Every mark along your path is being used to shape a more radiant version of you even you have yet to see. I see your tears shed silently in the night. I am there when you grow weary from giving so much and receiving so little, and I remain beside you when no one else sees the wounds in your soul. Know that not one of your tears is meaningless. Not a single sigh is missed by me. I am the keeper of the smallest things, and also the fulfiller of the greatest promises made to you. At times, you think you are delaying something important. In truth, you are being prepared. Not every closed door is rejection, some are protection. Not every delay is failure. Maybe the moment I am shaping your heart. Just as I used Joseph's trials to place him where he would save a nation, so too am I working deeply in your life. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. I desire your faithfulness in the little things. Love those near you with an undivided heart. Let your gentleness be light for others in this anxious age. When you sit quietly with the suffering, when you hold the hand of the weak and intercede, when you are simply present, fully, then you are living as my messenger. It is in such simplicity that I place my great power. My child, do not chase perfection, for I chose you while you were still incomplete. You do not need to earn love. My love is not based on your performance, but on my unchanging nature. You are loved in success and still loved in failure. Nothing you do can make me love you more or less. My love for you is as enduring as I am the one who never changes. When you are too weary to go on, know that I am your resting place. When every voice of advice falls silent, seek me in stillness. It is in the quiet that my voice is heard most clearly. It is in the breaking that my healing flows most deeply. Let your heart rest in me. I do not ask you to be strong all the time. I ask only that you come near with an honest heart. I have seen the cold winds of criticism rise in your life. Some praised you, then turned away. But do not let your heart be weighed down by shifting opinions. The voices of this world do not determine your future, for only I hold the keys to your life. No voice, however loud, you can overpower my word to your soul. Let your heart be still, for I have placed you under my divine and complete protection. You and your loved ones are surrounded by my abiding presence. I do not merely observe, I walk with you. I do not merely guide, I uphold. My plans for you are not vague nor shallow. They bear the imprint of eternity and deep meaning. Every event is seen by me. Every detail orchestrated in perfect providence. As written in Romans 8:38-39, neither death nor life shall be able to separate us from the love of God. Stand firm in this truth. I know there are times you wonder if your efforts are truly seen. At times you're exhausted from maintaining integrity in a chaotic world. But remember, I see not only what you do publicly, but every silent sacrifice. Each time you choose forgiveness in pain, perseverance in temptation. Listening over reacting, these unseen choices bring joy to heaven. I delight when you make me the center, not just in triumph, but in the still, quiet moments of life. Your love for me is not measured by rituals, but by your longing to find me in the ordinary. Let every breath be a quiet prayer, every thought a sacred communion, and every act a reflection of a heart I have transformed. You do not need to be perfect for me to draw near. I love you not because you meet some standard, but because you are mine. Come with an honest heart, and I will refresh you. If your soul is weary, let me be your fountain. If your heart is shattered, let me mend it with my tender hands. No dryness is permanent when I step in. Remain steadfast in your faith. Even when nothing is clear, remember, you do not live by sight, but by what I have promised. And when you hold on to that with childlike trust, I will open doors no one can shut. I will bring growth in places where you thought all was lost. Do not measure your future by your present, for what I am preparing for you far exceeds what you've imagined. I do not want you to live in the memory of what once was. Do not let old mistakes shackle your present steps. I do not revisit your past to condemn, but to heal. Let yesterday become the foundation on which I build the new. Do not cling to what has withered, for I make flowers bloom in barren soil. You are not a victim of circumstance, but an heir of promise. Something within you is being made new, a hunger more intense than ever to live fully, to step out, to discover. My child, do not suppress it. It is heaven's signal. It is time to leave the comfort zone. You were not born to repeat the old, but to usher in what has never been. I am awakening within you a calling that time cannot erode, and circumstances cannot silence. My child, you will carry a new lighten that does not come from outward appearance, but from inner sanctification. Those around you will recognize the difference because you speak much, but because you live differently. They will ask why you remain at peace when everything else is shaking. They will marvel at how you stand firm amidst adversity. And in that very moment, my presence within you will be the most powerful answer. Proclaim your faith boldly. Do not be afraid to declare that I am the source of every good thing within you. Confess that not a single day passes without my divine intervention. And as you do, you are laying a firm foundation for the future, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. If today you hear my voice, do not delay. Prepare your heart. Cast off burdens that no longer fit. Let go of the barriers that keep you from moving forward. It is time to step out not in your own strength, but in the power that comes from deep faith. You lack nothing to fulfill what I have called you to do. Everything has already been placed within you, waiting for your obedience and your first step. You are standing at a sacred threshold. What lies ahead is not merely reward, but the fulfillment of an ancient promise. Believe that I walk beside you unchanging, unwavering, unlimited. And if you remain steadfast, the day will come when your very life becomes living proof that I am faithful, and that my love never abandons those who seek me with all their heart. My child, quiet your soul and receive my word with reverence. In this very moment, something is taking place in the unseen realm. Holy movement is pushing back everything that once wore you down, that once dimmed the light within you. I, the one who holds the breath of life, I am stepping into your journey with unshakable power. I have not come merely to comfort you, but to reshape you. What once appeared to be an ending is now the beginning of a greater purpose. Know this: no power in heaven or on earth can undo what I have begun in your life. Look back. How many times did you think you were finished? Yet I lifted you up. How many times did you believe all was lost? Yet I quietly restored every piece, every failure, every fear. Every fall has been a place where I have proven my faithfulness. As written in Isaiah 41:10, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. My child, I am urging you to step into a new spiritual territory, a place where you no longer live by fleeting emotions, but by deep-rooted faith in me. The things that once unsettled you will no longer have power over you. Slander, rejection, exhaustion, they will no longer dim the light you carry. I myself will renew your inner being and give you an entirely new perspective. Rise with confidence, knowing I am guarding every step you take. Do not let what you see limit what you believe. I am working behind the veil of impossibility. When you keep your trust in me, you activate a chain of heavenly events that the enemy cannot hinder. I am rewriting the script of your life, a script that only I have the authority to revise. Lay down the burdens that have exhausted you, the memories of yesterday, the regrets, the worries of tomorrow. Let them all dissolve in my light. You no longer need to carry what I have already borne for you on the cross. True rest does not come from escape, but from trust. And when you place everything in my hands, I will pour out a joy that surpasses understanding. My beloved child, learn to declare what I have spoken. even when circumstances contradict it. Boldly speak spiritual truth to your own soul, that you are called, you are chosen, and you will witness the miraculous unfold right on the path you are walking. Every faith-filled declaration does not fall into the void. They are seeds sown into good soil, and in due time, they will produce an abundant harvest. I am not limited by your present circumstances. No wall is too thick to stop me. No depth is too deep for my love to reach the innermost places of your soul. You once thought some things could never change. But I tell you, nothing is fixed when I intervene. I am the one who parted the Red Sea. And I am still the same, today making a way in your spiritual wilderness. Now, choose. Choose to believe. To move forward. To not look back. Take my hand with assurance. The days ahead are not days of confusion, but days of breakthrough. Let every decision you make be guided from above. Let every step be led not by human pressure, but by the confirmation of the Holy Spirit. Know this, you have not been excluded from the grand design. You are not forgotten in the crowd. You are called to stand out. I did not create you to be a copy, but a unique imprint for this generation. And soon, those around you will not be able to ignore the light that radiates from your life. They will look at you and know a transcendent being is at work through you. My child, keep saying, I believe in the promise. I walk in assurance. I will not back down. I will witness the impossible become possible. And in that very moment when your faith rises above your circumstances, you will see the veil torn. The hidden will be revealed. Heaven's gates will open, and you will receive your portion in everlasting glory. Remember this, I have not forgotten my promise, and I am never late. Thank you for listening to today's message. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to continue receiving the living word, to build an unshakable faith, and to walk in the boundless love of the Lord. Amen.